Bonjour, Moses.
Well, yeah.
It's good to have you in our community. We're at the teaching drum near Three Lakes, Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
And you're down from Canada. You're teaching down here, and you're getting some healing out in the bush. Tell us about this structure we're in.
Well, this is more like a smoking rack. This is a smoking rack where you dry your fish and preserve your meat, and uh, helps you preserve your meat for a long time. So, in other words, it saves you a lot of freezer space. So, what we use is we use a TP. It's more like a woodland art. I mean, it's more like a woodland TP, where all those poles are like joined together. They go all over the place, so it's more of a permanent structure, other than the plains TP. Anyway, what you do here is you get your fish and you cut them in half, take out all the guts, and then you splice them into layers. Make sure they're spaced like about this much, so that the smoke will rise and cook them. That's why they call it smoking house. You can do the same thing with your moose meat. It's like kebabs, right? With moose meat, you put moose meat right into your what do you call that? Little spike like this. What you do is you put your moose meat in like kebabs and put them on a rack like cross like this, like that. Then you smoke them. You have a fire underneath.
And you leave the meat out there.
Hmm?
You leave the meat out there a couple of days. How long do you need to smoke this stuff?
Depends depends how big the fire is, I guess, or how long the fire is going on for. You can just leave a fire and leave your meat as long as you have your cover so the animals don't come in. If you leave it out like this by itself without the cover or TP, then you have to be here all the time. But if you want TP, then you can just leave it. Let it cook.
So to make a teepee, you get yourself a blue or a brown tarp. You put it on a pole.
Yeah, we put it on a pole basically. Let's say we have the corner of the tarp. You tie it here. Then you just lift it up and walk around it, you know. And then you have yourself a teepee.
How do you tie it? This is a dumb question, but how do you tie it up there to make it stay?
You just leave the pole like this. Like that.
Got it.
It's tied up there. So
Got
you
it.
just leave the pole like that. Then you have your flap too.
Then you have your flap. Okay.
Yeah. Controls the airflow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if a person were to make one of these things for winter, how would you insulate it? How would you make it warm inside?
To insulate a teepee?
Yeah.
The way they used to do it was they used to use a lot of moss and birch bark.
Okay.
And snow. Yeah. Just pile snow on top of it. It's like an igloo. Okay. It basically keeps it warm.
When I got up this morning, one of the women brought me a special Moses Beaver drink. It was some oats and some honey. Tell us about that. When you were out in the bush on the trap line, how you traveled light.
Well, we basically just use oats, which are light. It's always like dried fruit. Anyway, we have our tea bags and oats and teapot and some sugar. Then when we were trapping, we were always going one spot to the next, like in a hurry, so before nightfall. And when we make a fire, we make our tea. Then we have our cup full of oats. Then you pour your boiled tea into the cup, and it's called tea porridge. So you have your meal at the same time as you have your tea, all at once. So it's called tea porridge. Yeah.
This is Nick Vanderpie and Moses Beaver for Indian Country TV.